Hi, welcome to Freeman Sign. I am Kevin Freeman. I'm repairing a sign that got hit by a delivery truck. When it first came in, it looked like just the corners were broken out, but on further inspection, I realized that there were stress cracks all down along the side and across the bottom. So I took the sides and bottom off and I replaced them using marine epoxy. The sign is made from close-cell polyurethane, and I have taken photographs all along the process, and I thought I would share them with you. So here we go. So you can see how the delivery truck left the sign lying on the ground, and the corners were broken out, and it didn't appear that there was much disrepair. It didn't seem too bad. But once we got it into the shop and I started to replace the corners, I could see some cracks along the edges that needed some attention, so I checked them out a little bit closer. So at this point I really didn't know how deep those stress cracks were, but I thought it was prudent to take a circular saw, make a cross-cut pattern, and then chip off the little cubes and replace the molding around the edges completely. So here I am preparing to epoxy the molding on. Molding being a term, for lack of a better word, they're little side pieces, I guess, that create a window effect in the sign. So I'm going to use marine epoxy, fasten those back down, and shape those, and begin applying some primer to the sign. But as fate would have it, it wasn't that easy. I noticed some additional stress cracks up around the top where the horizontal met the curve. So I hogged out some of that area with a router, put some holes in there, and I began the process of filling that big void up with some marine epoxy as well. Okay, so I'm making pretty good progress here. That red or maroon paint is actually the primer, so we're moving right along at this point. Here you can see I have almost finished painting the black paint, and I'm going to paint that beige paint after I clean up the dirt and remove some letters. I don't tell this to everyone, but removing letters is not my favorite job. But it has to be done, especially in a situation like this where normally I would just suggest somebody replace the sign, but it's not economically feasible to replace this sign in lieu of not taking the letters off. So here I am, taking the letters off. It's also important to take off the adhesion that holds the letters to the sign. So that takes a little bit of extra scraping. And it's real important to take that off because otherwise the paint won't stick where that adhesive glue is left.
Humanitarian aid experts also advise giving money without conditions because immediate needs change by the hour. They also recommend checking if you're
Here I am pinstriping the sign, but this is a pretty slow process, probably comparable to watching a turtle migrate. So we're going to skip right along here. Lay it right in that corner. Just drag that brush right down. A steady hand is helpful, but it's not imperative because the quills are so long, the bristles are so long that they kind of straighten everything out for you. I am happy to say this is the final unveiling. The sign is completely restored at this point. I just need to put the frame around the outside, and I wanted to introduce you to somebody. This is my wife, Sandra. She's the better half of the company, obviously. And we're closing right in here, and we just wanted to show you what it looks like. We've just put a metal frame back around it, which was in pieces. It was all bent, and it got all straightened out, and I re-welded it all back together, which was quite an arduous process, by the way.
Lots of epoxy. Are you going to you showing them all the imagery beforehand? So
They've already seen that.
Yeah.
If you've gotten this far in the video, you've
Yeah.
seen what the sign looked like when it came in.
Yeah.
So we're quite happy. We're almost done. One more step. Probably tomorrow the customer will come by and happily take it away from here.
Very happily.
And
yes.
install it. And so, yay.
Yeah.
Tig arrived right on time, and we have put the sign in the back of his truck, and off he will go to do the installation. So I'm going to check up on him in a few minutes. So I heard they're currently putting the sign up, so let's go check it out. It's up. Oh, I can see it is up. Great. All right, so here we are. Tig just put the sign up. How'd it go, Tig?
Yeah, it went pretty easy. Fit right in there, slick.
Yeah. So, and also, after we had finished the sign, you know, our customer kept asking us to hurry up and get it done. But it was a pretty complicated situation. But so the person that hit the sign, we think, came and hit it again after Tig had put the post in, the new post in. And so you came over and what, they're lifted right out of the
They were
ground?
lifted right out of the ground this way again, and we just kind of beat it back into place
Yeah.
with a big excavator.
Oh, that's what you did?
Yeah, we didn't even take it off the trailer. He just stayed right on the trailer.
That's great.
And at the top, got it down where it's supposed to be, and hopefully we don't have this problem again.
Yeah, but I was thinking it was probably a good thing that the sign wasn't in there when it got hit the
Probably
second
not.
time.
No, all the screws that I took out of the bracing here are all bent.
Wow.
So there was
Yeah.
quite a few in there, and they're big screws. So he hit it hard again.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, it looks like Tig did a great job with the installation. I'll go over and take a final photograph when they take the bracing off, cut the top of the posts off, and put the post caps on. Bravo, the sign has been installed, and other than the post caps and a coat of paint on the post, it is complete. And we are grateful to have done another quality job.